So now we are 24 hours removed from the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and I gotta tell you, if you missed it, by all means, I'm glad you missed it. I didn't feel it was that great of a pay-per-view, especially for it being one of the big four pay-per-views that everybody looks forward to, that being the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. Well, Survivor Series used to. I don't exactly know if it's Survivor Series is a big four pay-per-view now, but I think it's still considered a big pay-per-view there. But tonight, I'm just going to just recap a little bit of what happened at the Royal Rumble last night, and I think let's just get started. I have no shout outs I want to give today. I have no prior engagement. Oh, follow me on Twitter, by the way, at the PTE show. That's about it. But other than that, let's just get into this. The first match of the night was the YouTube pre-show for the United States Championship. The champion Antonio Cesaro defended against my boy The Miz. For the time that was given, which is like everyone knows, the YouTube pre-show is about 30 minutes long. For the time that it was given, it necessarily wasn't that bad of a match. I mean, I felt that there was a lot of lacking. There was a lot of rest holds and everything, and frankly, I don't really, maybe not exactly hate when a match has way too many rest holds in it, but when the match is about 6, 7, 8 minutes long, that's when it starts getting repetitive and it starts getting on people's nerves and everything, especially my nerves and everything. But we all know exactly what happened there. Antonio Cesaro ends up getting the win with a big neutralizer after ramming The Miz into the side of the ring. Like I said, it was a good match. If I had to rate it, though, I would say probably it was the best pre-show match I've seen since the pre-shows have been started. No doubt in my mind that that's the best one I've seen. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't that bad of a match. I think definitely if it's one that you guys want to go watch, by all means, I will link it to you. That's how good of the match it was when the opening contest. It was pretty good. The first match of the actual show itself was the last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship, where the champion Alberto Del Rio defended against the former champion, The Big Show. I don't know if it's necessarily the chemistry factor, but Big Show dominated most of the match. There was no necessarily chemistry whatsoever. That's why I was talking about it earlier. Um, what else? What else happened? A chair. Frankly, I liked the use of weapons in this match. Towards the very beginning of the match, I'd say maybe 4 minutes in, Del Rio was put through a table from the top of the stage, which is pretty well. Maybe not the top of the stage, but there was these little things, little like I don't know exactly what, like a little bar type of thing there, and Big Show chokeslammed Del Rio off of one and through a table, and I thought that was pretty good. I'm like, all right, hey, if this is gonna start off the match, I better expect a great finish. I better expect some great match content and everything. I didn't get it. I did not get it. I mean, maybe you guys did. I personally didn't like the match. I didn't. Maybe not personally didn't like the match. You guys know I'm a big Alberto Del Rio fan, and I would be so biased to this match, saying how great it was and everything. But I'll be honest, the match was not that good. I mean, it seemed like their Smack. It does seem like this match should have been on SmackDown, considering that they had this match about 2 weeks ago. So why would you have the same stipulation, the same just about everything, except the goddamn finish of the match, and you know how pissed off that gets me. Maybe it pisses a lot of other people off, but we had a remembrance of Extreme Rules 2010, how John Cena duct taped Batista's legs through the turnbuckle and won the last man standing match to retain his WWE Championship. Well, that's the exact same damn thing that we had in this match. I mean, you're gonna make the argument. I know. Oh, he used the ropes. It's still duct tape. God damn it! You shouldn't be. This is the same guy who flipped a table over Big Show 2 weeks ago, and that's how he won he won the last man standing match the first time. And the second time he has to use duct tape to win. I don't know. That takes away from the finish. It takes away from the match itself. Alberto Del Rio is your victor. He's still a World Heavyweight Champion. Don't get me wrong, I still love it because you guys know how much of a fan I am of Alberto Del Rio. The match content was good. The finish was god awful. I still hate that finish. That was so bad of a finish. Like, I was tweeting at a lot of other people who just got home and they're like, oh yeah, I feel like watching the first two matches. I'm like, no, don't even bother. Really, don't even bother. Don't even. But excuse me. I'm gonna give the match. I'll give it a 3. Actually, no, I'll give it a 2.75 out of 5 stars. It wasn't that bad of a match. I felt the content was great. I felt that everything else was great. The build up gets to me a little bit, but other than that, it was a pretty good match with a goddamn terrible ending, and that ending has to take away from it because of how repetitive that ending has been. The second match of the night was the Tag Team Championships on the line. Team Hell No defending against the Team Rhodes Scholars. I predicted the Rhodes Scholars to get the win here, but to my surprise, Team Hell No actually ended up getting the win here. They were able to stay on the same page, and frankly, it was a good match. I mean, I thought it was a great match for a tag team title match. That especially it's been better than anything they've been putting on pay-per-view recently. But the problem with it, I feel like this match should have been on Raw. I wasn't feeling this match at all. Not a lot really exactly went into this. I mean, it had some good build up going into it. The content itself, it got good, but it got stale towards maybe 5-10 minutes in after they started beating up on I believe Daniel Bryan. Where they started beating up on Daniel Bryan, and that's when it started kind of lowering the pace for me, and that's when Kane eventually got in and started hyping up the crowd a little bit more, which was pretty nice. That's exactly how WWE does their tag team matches, where they have one guy get their ass kicked, and then the hot tag comes in and hypes back up the crowd because they know it's gonna just. I don't know what the mentality behind that is, behind the hot tag, and I still don't exactly understand that. I mean, maybe it's like the crowd's gonna get pumped up into this other guy, like Kane, for example, and then when he comes in the match, he's gonna dominate and everything. But like I said, to my surprise, Daniel Bryan made Damien Sandow tap out to the no lock, and your winners are Team Hell No. Like I said, I felt that this match should have been on Raw, but the content was pretty good. The finish, it should have been predictable, but I didn't predict it because I felt, like I said, that Team Road Scholars deserved it after that promo that they did with The Rock 2 weeks ago. But other than that, it was not a bad match, and I'm going to say this match gets a 3.25 out of 5 stars. Right now, we're about halfway through. Well, this match technically was the midpoint of the show, and it's decent, but then we get to some people call the worst part of the night. The fourth match of the night, to my surprise, was the 30-man Royal Rumble match. I don't know about you guys, but having the Royal Rumble on before the WWE Championship, I don't care who's in the WWE Championship. It's the Royal Rumble. It's the real main event here. I don't understand why this match goes on before the WWE title. I mean, is The Rock so goddamn electrifying? Is he so goddamn great that they have to put the Royal Rumble match before his match? I don't exactly understand that. Like I said, I'm not hating at all. But I'm just saying, I don't understand that. I felt it's disrespectful to the match. I just felt it was disrespectful to the history, basically. We had Ziggler come out as the number one entrant. He cut a little promo before the second entrant came out, who was, to my surprise and to the entire IWC surprise, Chris Jericho. I didn't expect that. I did not expect that coming. In the 2 links that I left in my predictions video, none of which said Chris Jericho in it. Apparently, he was hiding out in some bus or something before the show or before the match happened, and he was hiding out in his bus so no one would see him and no one would tweet about him and no one would take pictures of it because no one knew he was even here. And apparently everyone found out he was here about a minute and a half before his entrance even came out. So that's how you keep a surprise, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Jericho, I marked the hell out. Just about the entire YWC freaked out, marked the hell out. Everyone I'm following on Twitter marked the hell out. Even my good friend the Walls of Lulis, who I watched the Royal Rumble with, he marked the hell out too, and everything was so cool, everything was so good. Both of them lasted about 45 minutes in the match. It was pretty good, pretty nice. Some surprise returns we had. We had Goldust coming back. He came back and had the little face-off that all of us really kind of dreamed about with Goldust and Cody Rhodes, brother versus brother. Unfortunately, we all wanted to see this for the Intercontinental Championship, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. We had the return of Santino. Santino came back, so I guess that's pretty cool to some Santino fans. I'm not a Santino fan, so I'm not going to sit here and say that. Oh, God. We had the return of Rey Mysterio. You guys know how much of a fan I am of Rey Mysterio. Never have liked him, probably never will like him. Never will. Never been a fan. Like I said, I hope I didn't offend anybody with that comment, but I've never been a fan of Rey Mysterio. I never want to be a fan of Rey Mysterio. He just something about him just doesn't get to me. I mean, some people say that it's because I love heels and everything. No, I still have a feeling if Rey Mysterio turned heel, I'd still hate him. We had the return of the Godfather. It was tweeted about earlier by CM Punk and then by Wade Barrett that the Godfather would show up, but I thought they were joking about it, and to my surprise, they weren't. He lasted about 2 seconds before being drop kicked over the top rope by Dolph Ziggler, and him and his hoe train started dancing in the back. Pretty nice, pretty great moment. Pretty great moment for old Attitude Era fans who still remember the Godfather, or Papa Shango for that matter. He didn't show up, but that would have been pretty cool. The two confirmed surprises that I left for the link, Carlito and Shelton Benjamin, they did not show up. Chris Masters was another one that was being rumored. He didn't show up. Hurricane Helms, or Sugar Shane Helms, whatever you want to call him, the Hurricane, he was tempted to show up, but he didn't show up at all either. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting a few people I know. There had to have been more. Oh, Sin Cara came back. If you participated in Graham Mirma's Royal Rumble challenge, my number was number 28. And, of course, be as it may, my number was Miz's number. So, therefore, according to this game, Miz has to be one of my favorites of the year. I have no problem with that. I've loved the guy since about 05, so, I win. But, yeah, other than that, Zack Ryder lasted like 2 minutes. Then he got thrown out by Randy Orton. Randy Orton, like I said, came in, got eliminated by Ryback. The final four, I believe, was Dolph Ziggler, Sheamus, John Cena, and Ryback, I believe. I might be off by that. I don't think Dolph Ziggler made it to the final four, but I know I believe he eliminated. Chris Jericho before anything there. Dolph Ziggler was eventually eliminated by Sheamus, I believe I want to say. And then Sheamus was eventually eliminated by Ryback. So we had Ryback versus John Cena as to who would win the Royal Rumble match itself. And you guys know I'm sitting here pleading like, I don't care who wins this, because I'm not really a fan of either one. I'm not going to sit here and say I hate the Ryback. I don't hate Ryback. But I still think I need to give him a few more months. I honestly do, because his thing with Punk, I felt he was so pushed way too early, and it's like he was just abruptly on the scene, you know what I mean? So that I think I'll give him a few more months before I give my official decision on if I like him or hate him. And then Cena, we all know my opinion on Cena. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I want change just like you all do as well, but those changes was what keeping me from being a Cena fan. I don't hate Cena. I don't love Cena. I'm just in the middle with him. And to my surprise, John Cena eliminates Ryback, and John Cena wins the Royal Rumble. And be as it may, it's pretty funny how it was yesterday exactly 5 years ago when he won the 2008 Royal Rumble. The more you know. Anyway, John Cena winning the Rumble. It was obvious. Everyone already predicted it. I mean, some people actually wanted a surprise, God forbid, and even though they knew Cena in the back of their mind, Cena was going to win, they wanted the surprise, and they tried to go with the surprise. Some people were saying Ziggler was going to win. Some people were even saying Randy Orton was going to win. So no one exactly saw Ryback coming in as a number 30 entrant and having that whole thing happen with him. Why do I have a feeling I'm forgetting someone? I don't think someone came out, or I don't remember. I don't think so. But other than that, the Royal Rumble kind of sucked this year. I don't recommend it to a lot of people. If I still recommend a good Royal Rumble match, I'd recommend probably 07 when Taker won it, or maybe even 08 when Cena did win it the first time, because I did like that one. I like when Triple H kind of dominated the entire thing, and then Cena came in as his big underdog. And I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I actually like that. And just like Undertaker, I was a fan of Undertaker back then as well. So I'm glad he won the title, or he won the Royal Rumble back in '07 after eliminating Shawn Michaels. Obvious history there, and that doesn't even include '07. That goes back to like '97, '96. That goes back decades ago. So, other than that, the Royal Rumble this year just didn't get over with me. I was not a big fan of it. And then we had the last match of the night, Rock and Punk for the WWE Championship. Now, I knew it was going to be match of the night, and I enjoyed the match, actually. I did enjoy the match. I mean, hey, it's two of my favorite guys. If you've been a fan of me for as long as I hope you guys have been, which is not 2 years yesterday, it was 2 years about 4 days ago. I know I am a little late, so I'm sorry about that. But if you guys have been a fan of me, though, for the time I've been on YouTube, you guys know that The Rock is my favorite of all time. And I don't care if you're a recent viewer, you guys know that Punk is my favorite guy of right now. And it was just a tough decision. It was absolutely tough to pick, and that's why I wanted to just let my analysis try and speak for itself. But my analysis did not really exactly work out there. Obviously, a stipulation: if the Shield attacked The Rock at all during the point in the match, then CM Punk would have his title stripped from him, and that's basically exactly what happened. Just as soon as The Rock was going to hit his people's elbow, the lights went out, and the lights were out for a good maybe minute or so, maybe even 40 seconds at the most, and Rock was triple power bombed through the announce table. By the way, there was a botch where they screwed up on the Spanish announce. Oh, that's what I was forgetting. The Royal Rumble. Kofi frickin' Kingston. Kofi Kingston almost getting eliminated, jumping on Tensai's back, saving himself from the match, grabs JBL's chair, does it like a frickin' pogo stick to the apron, and keeps himself alive. Yeah, he did that. I do definitely recommend that to anybody who's just looking up for some great Royal Rumble moments. That was incredible. You guys know how much of a fan I am of Kofi Kingston. I'm not a Kofi Kingston fan. That was some sarcasm right there, but I'm not a big Kofi Kingston fan. But that's exactly what happened. I honestly think when it comes to the Royal Rumble, he's like a lord. He's just crazy. I do look forward to Kofi Kingston. Then again, I do look forward to Kofi Kingston. I'm just not a fan of him. I do expect great high-flying maneuvers out of him. I just don't like him. I'm not a big fan of him. But moving back on to the Rock and Punk match, I'm sorry that I just completely freaked out there. The Spanish announce table did break. It botched before, The Rock was able to hit his rock bottom through the table, and it just kind of broke, and Rock tweaked his knee and everything. No big deal. No, nothing whatsoever. Nothing that was bad. But Rock was laid out on the other announce table by the Shield with the triple power bomb. Then Punk is looking around like, "Oh, I didn't do it." He throws Rock back in the ring, covers him 1, 2, 3. Your winner, CM Punk. He holds the title up. He's like, yeah, here we go. I did it. 4:35. I was tweeting up a storm. IWC was tweeting up a storm. I'm like, woo, I could say it. 435 frickin' days. Yes, I could finally say it. And then Vince came out and screwed the whole damn thing up. Yes, he came out and said he was going to strip CM Punk of the WWE Championship due to a Shield attack. I eventually, as soon as he said that, I went on Twitter and I went like, "You have no proof. You have no proof it was the Shield," just to kind of toy around there. But then The Rock eventually just like, "Oh, give me a rematch then." And of course, Punk has no say in this. And then Rock gets back in the ring, and about a minute and a half later, the match is over. Rock hits a people's elbow. I cover my eyes, just like I'm sure the entire YWC covers their eyes. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and new WWE Champion, The Rock. Believe me, don't get me wrong. I love how The Rock is champion. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't feel that that's the way to take the damn belt off of Punk. That's too goddamn disrespectful to his fans. You know what I mean? Like, they could have easily just had Rock pin him straight up and just end the match like that, but they had to get the Punk fans, they had to get them all wild up and everything, and they're like, yep, they're in the moment, and like, yes, we beat Brock, we finally did it, we proved all the naysayers wrong, and then Vince comes out, screws the entire thing up, and all that sort of thing. So it seems like WWE was just toying with our emotions right there, just like they toyed with our emotions with the whole Ryback thing, possibly eliminating John Cena and winning the Rumble, but that didn't happen either. So it looks like we're going to have Rock versus Cena II twice in a lifetime for the WWE Championship. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think this is going to be a success? Do you guys think it's going to be a failure? Personally, you know what? I'll make a video on it later this week. I think it's definitely a topic to talk about. So, with that being said, we are 20 minutes in, and you guys know how much I like to do long videos. I'm not a big fan of it. But at least I made a recap this time. I didn't even bother to make one for Genesis because I didn't even watch half of it. So, but other than that, oh, by the way, I forgot to rate the Rumble match. The Rumble match gets a 2.75, and The Rock and CM Punk gets a 3.75/4. It could be either one because I really enjoyed the match. I definitely would recommend that match if you're looking for a good match on the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So, with that being said, to be honest, the Rock and Punk match itself and Chris Jericho's return was probably what kept me into this show. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 for right now. I mean, that could change if I watch it again. But off of this video right now, I'm going to say it's a 5 out of 10. And trust me, if WrestleMania gets lower than an 8.5, we are definitely going to have some problems. Because if you're going to try and shove this Rock, CM, or Cena shit down our throats again, don't do it. It didn't. Don't get me wrong. We liked it the first time, but the second time it just won't happen. It just won't get over as much as you think it will. So, with that being said, that leaves it up to you guys. What did you guys think about the Royal Rumble pay-per-view? Please let me know what you guys had to say about it down in the comment section below. What do you guys think about Rock beating Punk? What do you guys think about The Rock possibly going into WrestleMania against John Cena? And what else? Leave me your thoughts for the Super Bowl. Yeah, because I'm probably going to make a video on that sometime later this week as well, because it is this Sunday. Don't expect any videos out of me on Saturday. I'm going to be at a wedding, so don't expect any videos out of that, but don't expect any videos on Sunday either. So I'll try and make a Super Bowl video this week, and I'll try and make a Rock Cena video, and my thoughts on it sometime later this week as well. I'm getting way too into this, so I just want to stop right now. That is it. I am out. Perry the Entertainer signing out. Peace out. Please hit the subscribe button up below. Up below. That makes no sense. Up there or down there. I don't know where the hell it is now. I'm sure if you're watching this in 2 years, it'll probably be like somewhere in the video. I don't know. So, as of this right now, just go down there and hit the subscribe button. 385 subs. So thank you guys so much, and I'm done. I'm out. Perry the Entertainer. Peace.